Hi there, my name is Lauren, and I am here with Megan Batoon. She is an accomplished dancer, actress, host, YouTube personality, and a French fry fiend. You stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss this one.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
It's a party up in her. We're strobing with Megan Batoon. This girl's self-titled YouTube channel boasts over 500,000 subscribers and 41 million views. Holy cow. Thanks to her flair for humor, her passion for food, and as you just saw, some of her specialty dance moves. Megan, how are you? Welcome to AFTERBUZZ.
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, my pleasure. You are a joy and a breath of fresh air from the moment I met you. I feel like I told you I've been watching you all morning, so it's like somewhat creepy, but I was preparing.
No, that's good. That's how I prepare for every conversation ever.
Yeah.
Just stalk everything until I feel like I'm comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. The stalking is so easy these days too. You had to work really hard back in the day, but now the internet's really put stalking at our fingertips.
Oh yeah, I can figure
but a
out
healthy
anything.
level of stalking. We're not going to get weird, just to the right amount, so we can, ask those pointed questions.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's start at the beginning. You started in Step Up Revolution, right? Back in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. And you were originally a cheerleader, and you wanted to do something that was maybe not going to cause your imminent death.
That's absolutely right.
Right. So you decided to start dancing. And what age did that start at?
Well, fully dancing professionally was right at Step Up. That was like the first time.
That was the first time?
Yeah, well, that was the first time I was like professionally doing
okay,
it. Like
okay.
4th of July, I would like round up my cousins and we'd be like 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'd do like Christina.
Would you do it like that too?
Yeah, those are the only 2 moves that I had. Is this one and then that one. We would do performances before the fireworks. We were like the pre-show to our personal family fireworks show on the 4th of July every year.
What part of Florida is this in?
This was Jacksonville. And then I lived in Orlando for quite some time.
Nice.
But yeah, after I cheerleaded for a long time, my coach had to pretty much convince me that I had rhythm because I was for sure that I didn't. And when I realized that I wasn't worried about people falling on my head or myself falling on my head during like a tumbling pass, I was like, this is for me.
Right. Oh, that's so good. I'm really glad that you didn't stay in that high-risk situation. Because I think, too, I mean, obviously dancing has this element as well, but cheerleading has an expiration date, right? Where it's like you can't really do it as long as you could probably dance.
Yeah, people make it work,
Yeah.
but your body is deteriorating as we're sitting here.
Right.
A little morbid, but
I know. That's true just in general in life. I hate thinking about that. So you did Step Up Revolution. And then from there, when did you move over to Los Angeles? Was it pretty soon after?
It was right after. I did Step Up, I think about 5 years ago. On Facebook, it said on this day, and today was our finale. It was very weird, very surreal as well. So I decided that I wanted to dance for a living because I realized I could make a living off of it. Granted, not a lot of dance jobs pay as much as a franchise movie.
Right,
So,
but that's a big moment in any artist's career when they realize, oh, like this isn't just something my mom told me I'm good at. I can actually do this.
right, and I think that was my parents' biggest, I guess, worry that I wouldn't be able to support myself on a hobby. But
Right.
then once I showed the pay stubs, they were like, okay, go for it.
Read them and weep. They probably did because they're like, oh, why is that more than I make?
Oh no. Yeah, so
Yeah, they did.
so
Sorry, Mom.
yeah, then they were like, okay, go ahead and do your thing. You should strike while the iron's hot. All the choreographers are going to be in LA, so we don't want you to move. Every time I go back home, my mom's like, when are you going to move back? And I'm like, Mom, that's not how it works.
Right.
You got to stay here. So then I moved, I think maybe like 4 months after. I was working 3 or 4 jobs so I could have enough funds to move to LA, and that was going to be 5 years in January.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you moved to LA. Did you get a dance agent right away? How did you go about that?
Yeah, luckily one of the choreographers on the film Step Up 4, Chuck Maldonado, walked me into a dance agency, which was like pretty hard to get into.
Which one?
Block.
Block. Okay. I used to work at MTA. I don't know if you know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they would always talk about Block and MSA and be like, they're our competitor.
So, and I always used to joke that I was going to go to the audition and just be like the one random bad person in the corner, like snapping my fingers. But I never did that. I should still do that. That'd be funny.
You should make a video on it.
I should.
It would do really
You
well.
can teach me how. Okay, so you did that, and then you were going to all these auditions, and I came out here to act originally, so I know this grind. You're going to all these auditions. Sometimes you get the part, but something's missing. It's like there's like a lack of fulfillment, and not only that, but it just wears on you after a while. And you had a breakthrough moment when you realize, okay, maybe I can start taking my destiny into my own hands. So explain what happened there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's a little different, the acting auditions versus dance auditions. A lot of times when there's a big cattle call for a dance audition, people are looking for background dancers to dance behind Jason Derulo, Justin Bieber, any of the big artists, which was, I think, initially everyone's main goal when they come out here, because it's great. You get to tour the world, get paid for it, and have fun doing what you love. I, however, felt so not fulfilled when I was in all these dance auditions, because the wardrobe is like crazy. It's just
bras.
Like, yep. Just,
and then crazy caked on makeup, right? And then you have to. Sometimes are you wearing heels, or sometimes like the high top sneakers? I remember they used to do at the agency like tutorials on what you're supposed to wear, and I was like, oh, I could never do that.
Yeah.
So that's really rough, and you're a person who's so true to yourself that must have been really difficult.
It was, and I just felt not myself being in a room of 500 girls. And collectively, we were all probably wearing one outfit. That's how little of clothes we were wearing.
That's hilarious.
And I get it. Like, I get the whole industry. And it is appealing when you have beautiful girls dancing really well. And it's a whole show. It's an entertainment. I get it. However, I was just starting to watch lots of sketch comedy and shorts on YouTube. And I was so compelled to those much more than a dance audition, and I thought, like, the art, my particular art and all of my creative juices would do better over there, because then I would be able to create my own stuff. And at this time I wasn't like booking any of these auditions, so I'm just like,
and that's a different level of destruction to the soul,
right? And you're just like, oh my gosh, I could go on forever. We don't have this much time.
No, I know. I mean, off air we can definitely talk about it, but like it's hard too, because as an artist we tend to, which isn't the right way to do it because you can't take it with you, but we put our self-worth in what we do, and then that always leads to sadness. Yeah. So it's really cool that you took your life into your own hands.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really grateful for it. I'll wrap this story. So one day I was in a big audition. I was sitting outside, and there were so many people that we were waiting for hours. And I was watching YouTube, and I saw a video of my friends, their sketch group, and they're filmmakers, but they were doing sketches and shorts at the time, Wong Fu Productions. And I remember sitting there, and everybody around me is freaking out about the choreography, remembering the counts, trying to like learn and trying to all compare themselves to everyone else and be like, am I prettier than her? Am I a better dancer than her? Like, what are they looking for? And I'm sitting here in my complete own world on my phone, headphones. I don't even think I had headphones in, actually. So, and it was like the most tearjerker short on the whole channel. And I was just like, I am so compelled into this. I want people to feel the way I'm feeling right now. So I just got up and left and went home, and I filmed my first cooking video that same day. And I did never turn back after that.
So you didn't go to any more auditions after that?
I actually don't think so. Wow. Yeah, not dance auditions at least.
I got to give you a lot of credit for that, because I've definitely had moments like that in my life, but I've always kept one foot in the door, one foot out. Sure. And that's really scary, especially at your age, to trust yourself and know your gut that well. That says a lot about you. Yeah,
I mean, I can't claim that I knew what I was doing at the time. I just knew that
You trusted yourself, though. Whatever that was, you didn't know what you were doing, but you knew what you were doing at that moment wasn't right, so you needed to take another path. Right. And that's not easy.
It is not. It's just like, your happiness is worth it, you know? Yeah. You don't need something that you think is going to make you happy. Like, what actually makes you happy, go do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's so much harder done than said. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like anything else in life.
Yeah, but it's also really hard to live a lie. So, don't do that. You're not. How did you start to build your community there? In
the YouTube realm? Yeah. Luckily, I was in a close proximity of two people that made YouTube videos very consistently. Ryan Higa and Dietrich from Quest Crew were living together at the time, and they needed a couple girls for a video. And I forgot how I met them, but they ended up hitting me up for a video, and I did a few videos with them, and they were like, hey, people really like you on our channel, so you should just do your own videos. In the nicest way, not like, get out of our video, just do your own.
Oh, I didn't even take it that way. But yeah, I can see how you would.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, I'll try it. And I had a video for a long time that I wanted to put out, and I was just like, I'm very scared to do it, and I just did it. And then 3 months went by, and I like sent it to all my best friends, and I was like, what do you think of this? Is this like bad? Is this stupid? I got notes from them, and then like I finally put it out. And then after that, I just kept on doing it because I think the people that I was around were uploading videos once a week, and they were having fun doing what they liked. And I was like, I feel like I may be able to do this.
Yeah. Now, that was 5 years ago. So what is the deal? Well, that wasn't 5 years ago, was it? Was it?
It was about maybe three.
But
okay. Still quite some time.
No,
to me.
but that's not that long. So here's what I'm thinking now, though. Is it possible to do what you've done on YouTube starting today? Because there's so many things out there. There's Snapchat, there's Instagram, there's Facebook Live. Like, can you build that kind of community today, do you think?
I feel like you can get lucky. So,
well, you weren't lucky. You put in a lot of work.
Definitely. Yeah. But like, there's the OGs, like the Kev Jumbas, the Ryan Higas, Jenna Marbles. Then there's like the second wave of people, and then like after that, then it started to get super saturated, and that's when I came in. Luckily, I had this like push from Ryan Higa had a show with Yum Yum F called Internet Icon, and it was basically
what was that guy's name?
Right.
Yum Yum.
Yum Yum F. That was the company of it.
Oh, okay.
That's not it. That's not someone's
I
name.
thought that was his co-host or something.
You're like, wait, this
good for him. You know. God bless. Yum Yum F.
Yeah, his parents were like, letters. No, so they, luckily I was on that show, and I was able to get people to watch my videos. Through that, I don't know if someone started today, I think the only way they could like thrive would just be to put like the most crazy video out.
That's what I was thinking.
No one's ever
like
seen
tap
before.
dancing naked while hula hooping with a baby koala in your arms.
Yeah, and then just get like flagged, and then PETA, and then just all
Yeah,
these slams.
exactly. We need PETA to like blow up our spot, but then blow up our video. That'd be great. Okay, so I know what I'm gonna do now when I get home. So you did that, and then like collaborations. Also, oh no, before I get to that, I want to ask you: is the YouTube world like? Is there like an underground, like a subculture that nobody knows about? Because whenever I talk to YouTubers, it kind of seems like there's this like whole thing like, well, she started then, but I don't know. Am I picking up on something here, or am I crazy? Are you guys all really supportive of each other?
I think for the most part, people are really supportive.
Okay.
I'm sure there are people that don't appreciate other people's work.
Right.
Like, I mean, like anything else, everyone's going to like something different. But for the most part, I haven't met anyone on YouTube that I'm just like, they're not a good person. Like, everyone's super hardworking, even if like person A doesn't like person B's content. Person B is trying, and they're putting out stuff all the time, and they're staying true to themselves for the most part. And so I feel like even if you're on YouTube and people don't like what you do, you're putting yourself out there. So how can people not appreciate that? You know, a lot of people just hide, but you're actually going the route of like going the extra mile and putting yourself out there, and being open to cyberbullying and whatever anyone has to say. So that's already like a congratulations on that.
How do you deal with that? The cyberbullying.
It was bad. In the beginning, it was so bad because as a kid, like, I was never bullied in school. I'm so thankful for it because I know a lot of people don't grow up that way. But I would say, like, I started getting bullied when I was 20. And it's even harder because you don't know what to do. You've never had to deal with it before. And I think people just say whatever they want because they can behind a keyboard. But yeah, I was really, really tough on myself, and I would like cry and talk to my best friends and be like, am I fat? Are my teeth crooked? Am I cross-eyed? And everyone had to have, like, oh my gosh, there was so many. Oh yeah, people love to just nitpick the tiniest thing. Like, people will still to this day be like, do you have a lazy eye? I'm like, yeah, I have an astigmatism.
I do too.
So there it is. Like, it is kind of lazy. That's the only lazy part about me is my eyes.
It's rude of our eyes to do that.
I know.
I didn't know
Work
what it was
harder.
called for a long time. I thought it was astigmatism.
Oh, yeah.
But then I found out I was saying it wrong my whole life. So that was very pleasant at 25. Yeah, I don't know how you deal with that because even the littlest things, I was doing a show here once and I was talking about women's rights and I'm a big feminist and someone said in the chat like, oh, Lauren and her liberal bullshit she's always spewing. And I literally just shut down for the rest of the show. No. I looked into the camera and said, I'm in a lot of pain right now. So like, how, like now, you've been dealing with this for a bit now. What do you do now when you see comments that are just rude? Like, are you able to separate and say, okay, that's not true, so I'm fine?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank God. It'll still happen today. And even if it's like something small, like, do you have lazy eye? I'll answer honestly. Yeah. If it's something that I completely don't agree with, I'll just be like, well, that was dumb. And then most of the time, my viewers really do connect with me, so they'll just be like, they'll take care of it and they'll be like, you have no idea what you're talking about, and then they'll like back it up with facts.
I love that.
So yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Do you call your viewers anything? Do you have a name for them?
I don't. There was a time where there was some chatter around it, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. There's so many things about that. I feel like everyone should be their own person, so I don't like to.
Does that make you feel weird when like? Sometimes I feel weird when I hear people like calling their fans something. I get it if you're big like Lady Gaga, but when you're like, I don't know, even then it feels a little strange, doesn't it? Like they're humans, they're your friends almost.
That's how I feel about it. I completely get when people group everyone into a name. I just never been into it though. I feel like, especially if I was the one that was making the name up, it's like, okay, get off your high horse, just chill out. We're here to watch you, but don't do that.
So if someone in your community said, okay, we're like the Megan Mafia, you would be okay with that if they started it, but
sure.
Yeah. But you wouldn't be like, my Megan Mafia, what's going on today?
Yeah, and then everyone's like, is that me? Like, wait, did I sign up for this? Yeah, I feel like if someone wanted to make that, I would be definitely down, especially if it's Megan Mafia. It's pretty cool.
Right. You guys, get to work. She wants to hear it. So you've taken this, what started out as one video, and made it a career.
Yeah.
That's fantastic and amazing. I want to learn from you today. So how did you start to do that? So you did your first video. How did it evolve from there? I know that's a long process, but you know, like the Reader's Digest version.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, the first video was horrible, first of all. And I just decided what worked and what didn't, and then I just kind of tried to do more of that. The people that I was around really influenced me as well. They do like sketch vlog formula, and then once I started learning more about comedy and more about the whole YouTube kind of world, I don't like being bad at things. So
Fair.
That's the worst thing about me is I don't like being bad at things. So I just kind of worked until I didn't hate it. And then once I figured out, like I can feel good about what I'm putting out there, and I just kind of like explore different avenues of what I do like. So now I do cooking, I do fashion type of videos, I have a talk show.
What's the talk show?
It's basically a very short version of a late night show, but for YouTube. So it's like you've got the late show, you've got the Tonight Show. So I decided to do the Right Now show because it's YouTube and you can watch it whenever.
Yeah.
AKA right now. And I bring on YouTubers, musicians, dancers, anyone that I feel like should or has like a great audience that would appreciate what's going on. I ask a few questions, I take some from Twitter maybe, and then we do a game. And at the very end, I give them a customized gift, which is my favorite part. Aww. So that's where all the stalking comes in. I'm literally like asking all of their friends, like, what do they like? What do they think is really cool? What are they obsessed with? And then I make a gift that I think that they would really like as a parting and a thank you for being on the show and spending their time with me.
That is such a good idea.
Thank you.
Did you come up with this concept, the whole way it lays out, or did you work with someone on it?
I had a few people that I was bouncing ideas off of. I knew I wanted to do a talk show. I knew that I wanted to give gifts. There's an interview guy from Canada. His name is Nardwar. And
I love him. Nardwar. Where are these people coming from?
I don't know if this is his real name, but his name is Nardwar, and I think it means the human serviette, which I think means napkin.
All right. Wipe it on up, Nardwar. We love you.
He is always around rappers after they do their show, so I've seen him interview Chance the Rapper. I think I've seen him do like Kanye, Vic Mensa, and he always gives them these crazy records that they have some sort of relationship to, and they're always so mind blown. They're just like, how do you know about this? And so I wanted to kind of take that and that be like the basis of the gifts that I give them. And the rest was just like game and questions. It's just like typical late night show or any interview kind of thing. So try to do like an amalgamation of something for the younger audience, which is YouTube.
Right. What is the age demographic that's on YouTube that's watching?
Probably everything, but like
Really?
my demographic personally is 18 to 24.
Oh, that's cool. See, I thought it skewed way younger than that. I thought it was like 13 to 17.
Yeah, well, I think that's the Snapchat major demographic right now. I was in the 13 to 17 when I started, and then maybe people are growing up with me.
That's probably part of it.
And it's so, I love that. I love feeling that people have like caught on to what I'm trying to give out, and we have this relationship to where they want to like enter the next stage of their life with me. I think it's so flattering, and I love it, and I hope it will continue. And then when I'm like 40, my demographic will be 40.
That's right. I believe they will, because if they've already stuck with you, who's to say that they wouldn't throughout the rest of their lives, as long as you stick with them. Mm-hmm. What's the most heartwarming reaction you've ever gotten from a fan?
Oh, gosh. I think everyone that's excited to see me is really heartwarming. But there's been a few people that I've just felt like I did help them during like a really hard time. People come up to me and be like, I was really depressive or even suicidal, and be like, I got through this because of your videos. Don't ever stop. And I'm just like in tears. I'm like, I will never let you down. When people come up to me and say that, is just like, I couldn't even put into words how I feel.
Isn't that cool? And the other cool thing about this, that the whole career that you've carved out for yourself, and you're continuing to, I know you're going to keep reaching to the top, is that this came from a roadblock for you.
Yeah.
So those auditions weren't going the way you wanted them to. And instead of letting that defeat you and take you away from your dreams, you found all these new dreams on the road to your dreams. And that's something I'm always saying, and I think it's really interesting. I've been working on Maria's show and the Tomorrow Show, and a lot of the successful people we talked to just kept saying yes and opening themselves up more and more and more. And it's very interesting that you naturally took that path as well.
Yeah, I've never put it that way. And it's like, I'm like listening to you, I'm like, you feel like I'm in therapy right now. Like, I never knew that about myself. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. Thank you for putting it that way for me.
Yeah, it's true. But you do still dance all the time, and you've got some serious moves.
They're all serious. My face is
Very
just
serious.
very
She
serious.
cries the whole time. No, very sexy. But what does dancing do for you? If you had to put it into a sentence, what is the feeling you get when you dance?
Oh, gosh.
And why do you love it?
I think, okay, so it's a bit different for me than for most people, because I know a lot of people like to dance to release stress and express themselves. I definitely think there is a reason for that. However, like I release stress and express myself doing calligraphy and hand lettering and like art. Like
That's so cool,
tangible
by the
art.
way.
I love it. It's probably because I went to art school and did like the yearbook club and everything. And it's like that part of my life is like, no, we still want to be at the surface. But no, dance for me is really like a puzzle. I like to challenge myself. And when I hear a song, I'm like, oh, this would be an amazing concept if I did this. And doing like wordplay and musicality, I think it's like the best human body 5,000 piece puzzle. And I love the challenge.
Wait. Wordplay and musicality. What does that mean?
Yeah, so musicality, if you're hearing like a beat, I guess. What's your favorite song?
Vienna by Billy Joel.
Okay, I don't know that one.
Yeah, well, that was okay. Let me pick one that's current. I'm obsessed with Mike Posner, so any of his music that's out right now, I love.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't know how to fully explain this with that song, but now I know what your favorite song is. I'll just put
Pick
that
anything
in
though.
my
I
mind.
love all music, so anything that's like kind of popular, I'll probably know it.
So I guess Musicality is just playing with the different sound waves of music that maybe if a person didn't know the song, they would feel like they knew it just by watching you. And what I like to do with Musicality is like picking out parts of music that you wouldn't necessarily hear unless you were really listening to it. Like usually like ad libs in the back, if you're like doing a move on an ad lib, like a normal person would have never heard that, but now that they see you moving to something so far back in the music and they're like, whoa, that's been there this whole time. I love doing that. And then wordplay, basically taking a word, so say if it was like watch, and they're like, oh, like I like to watch you, but like instead of doing like watch because that's very obvious, then I would do something like around my wrist because that's where you wear a watch. So I'd do a move that's like kind of based around like watchness.
Watchness.
I like adding ness to any word just to make it sound better.
I likeness that.
Yeah, Katniss. That's already there.
Everdeen.
But Katniss Everdeen-ness. But yeah, musicality and wordplay, two of my favorite things to do when I'm choreographing.
That's so cool. It's like you're making the song feel special. It's like that one piece of it that it's been wanting to get noticed, but no one has.
Yeah, oh.
That's so sweet. You're like a musician's dream. Yeah. You are. I can say that. I play music. I would love that if you danced to my song.
I would do it. Let's do it.
Do it, girl. So speaking of dancing, though, you're in this series, which it has dancing in it. I saw some dancing. I told you I saw a lip bite. I said it looks sexual and scary, but fun, too.
But fun.
So it's nominated for a Streamy.
Yeah.
I wrote Sceenie, so I'm glad I didn't actually read my writing. A Streamy. And tell us a little bit about this. It's available on the Fullscreen app, correct?
Yeah, Fullscreen app. It's a series that, if you kind of think a soap opera and a dance movie put together, but then broken up into episodes. So each episode is like jam-packed with drama, dance scenes. There's a lot of people in there that are like from the YouTube space as well, like cameos, which is really fun. And I remember reading the script and just like my jaw was on the floor and I was like, this is great. And it looks beautiful. I play Bridget Barnes, which is a vlogger, a gossip vlogger. So she's in the middle of these two characters who hate each other and they're like rivals in the dance scene.
Is it two girls or girl and a guy?
Girl and a guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the lip bite couple?
I would have to see the trailer you're talking. There's quite a few lip bites in there.
Oh.
Lip bite central.
Okay, we should rename it.
It's not Making Moves anymore. It's called Lip Bite Central on the Fullscreen app.
I'm sure they'll love that.
But yeah, Bridget plays this instigator basically between the two characters, and she's a riot for sure.
Nice. So is acting something you want to delve deeper into in your career?
I think if it comes up, I would welcome it with open arms. But for now, I'm really focusing on creating my own content on YouTube and then the fashion blog. And then in the years to come, possibly have my own line of travel goods, home goods.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What kind of travel goods?
You know what? We could go along with this forever. I travel a lot and I realize that things I want don't exist. So one of the main things is like, you pack in 3 ounce of whatever your toiletries and it's everywhere in your bag no matter like what you use. Sometimes they have like those, I have a few of these that are like pretty good at keeping all the liquids inside, but it's really ugly.
Few of what?
Little bags that you put in your toiletries.
Yeah.
But they're just, the ones that work are really ugly. So I'm like, why can't I have one that works really well, but then maybe is leather on the outside with like embellishments or like binded with twine? Like, why can't there be cute stuff that's also practical? And like luggage sets would be something that would be amazing.
Wow.
Candles, picture frames.
Candles in the airplane.
I mean, that's other things.
I was like, she's really going for it.
Don't bring a candle through the airport because they always stop you at TSA. And you're like, I know why you're stopping me. It's a candle. And they're like, we have to look. And I was like, okay, but it's a candle.
It makes sense,
And
though.
then yeah, I get it.
What kind of candle have you brought through the TSA?
Oh, there's been a myriad. They're usually the big ones. If you've got one that's like a 3-wick candle or even like 12-ounce candle, then they always stop you.
Wow. Okay, we're learning a lot.
That's what life is about.
It is.
Learning and candles.
Learning about candles.
That too.
I love it. So you have all these, you've done all these endorsements. I was writing some down, types of brand deals. You've done 28th Century Fox, Samsung. Tell me a little bit about these.
Yeah, well, 20th Century Fox was really fun. That was promotion for a new movie coming out. I think it's going to be out tomorrow. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, which is a beautiful movie directed by Tim Burton. I was gasping through the whole entire thing. It's so beautifully done, and it's very wondrous. Oh. Yeah, so they had me being one of a few influencers that play ourselves, but skewed towards the type of feel that the movie is. So it's very, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like Harry Potter and something weird put together. It's very magical, but it's very
Tim Burton-y.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's an adjective now.
So they had us play ourselves, and we did this video where I was dancing a little bit, and then but it was. Oh, it's very hard to describe. I wish I could just play a little clip right here.
Aww.
But I'll figure out a way.
Maybe our engineer can find it for us. Is it online?
It is online.
Okay. Do some searching, Steve. We're going to see what you can do. Better live up to your name. The great Steve. I just made that up.
I was like, just
so
Steve?
Stick with that. We'll see if we can find that so we can show you guys. So that's so cool. You met Tim Burton too, right? So tell me a little bit about him. What was he like? Because he does have a very unique mind.
Yeah.
All the things he's created, we just said, like scary and weird, like is Tim Burton-y. Like those are the same basic meaning. So what was he like in person? Was he just like a normal guy, or what was your impression?
He was delightful, first of all. I never know how people are going to be off camera, but it's like Tim's not even on camera that much. He's behind the camera, so you really don't know what to expect. And we were standing in line right before the premiere, and I had a ticket in my hand for concessions. And I was like, someone was like, do you want to take a picture of Tim? I was like, yes. And then I had my ticket, and then I had a camera, and I was like frantic, and then my ticket like flew across the thing, and I was just like, I'm sorry. Like I said something hopefully funny about the ticket for my concessions, and he was like so on board with it. He like one-upped my joke, and I joked on with him, and he was just so excited to be there, and I was really, really excited to also be there. And I told him, like, I'm so looking forward to watching this, and he was like, I hope it's great. And I was like,
aww,
that's so
still so humbling.
Yeah, to be like, wait, you've done all of these movies and you're still like, hope it's great. Like, of course it's great. You're you.
That's a good lesson for everybody, isn't it? You can be so accomplished, but I think that the people who last in this business are like that.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a couple at the very, very top who aren't, but most people who I've met through this past year, doing these shows, who's at that level, they've all been like that. And I don't think it's any coincidence.
I don't think so either. My mom always said, like, be nice, it will take you far. And I cannot believe how true that has been my entire career.
Yeah.
You never know. And you should just be nice as a person.
You should, but I mean, if somebody out there needs a motivator, that's true. Like, don't be hateful, be grateful. Oh.
Is that a t-shirt I can buy after this?
I hope so. I made that up, but I'm sure somebody else has said that. Oh, we have the little thing. Okay, we're going to watch this. This is, tell them what we're about to see.
Yeah, so this is a promotion for Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Ooh.
Come with me. There's a place I go when I want to be alone.
Is that you talking? Oh.
No, this is the actual trailer.
This is the actual trailer. Okay, so that's not Megan.
but this is part of the movie.
If it was her, she'd be dancing underwater. We'll find it someday.
Yeah, it's out there in the internet.
Wait, did you have a British accent in the promotion you did?
No, I didn't speak at all.
Oh, but you played it a little bit in your video, right?
Oh, it comes out every now and
Oh, there she is.
No,
see, I knew you had the accent skills.
Terrible at accents.
That wasn't bad. I took an accent class in college. It
Really?
wasn't that, yeah, IPA. It's terrible, but it teaches you how to do any accent you want through the
hear 'em.
International Phonetic Alphabet. Oh God, I can't
Let's
do
hear
that many.
5.
Oh, 5?
Let's do 3.
Let's do, okay, I can do like Southern and
All right.
then like, okay.
Southern.
Like, okay, let me read something here.
Okay.
She's a Florida native. So that's like, you know, that, and then Florida native. And then this is like the Southern Belle. Florida native.
Wow.
So I have an easier time with the ones that are here in the States. I don't know. Maybe it's my DNA. No, I'm Italian. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get back to you.
I love that. I loved that
But it's
so
pretty
much.
cool. Like what you do is you take the sounds, like whatever the syllables would be, and you transform them into what they need to be to speak it in that language.
Yeah.
It's very confusing, but it's helpful.
I love that.
Okay, so Samsung VR, virtual reality. What
Yeah.
was going on there? That was another brand deal you did.
Yeah, so what they did, they were launching a product called the Gear 360, which looks like a little snowball or a large golf ball, has 2 cameras on each side, and then it records the entire view. So it's just like you're in real life. You put it in the VR, which is the headset, and you feel like you're really there. I remember I was in my dance studio that I love to go to choreograph, and I just put the whole VR in the center of it, or the Gear 360, and I danced around it for a while, and then I was traveling to New York, and I had to edit the video, and so I was in my hotel room, and I finally got it to work, and I felt like I was back home in California in that dance studio as I'm in like this New York hotel, and I was thinking to myself, like, this is the craziest thing of technology. You basically can teleport your mind. Obviously, you can't teleport your body, but it really felt like I was there, and it was incredible. So we launched that. A series of different creators did videos basically on how they lived in 360, and that was at VidCon this year. That was such a cool time to see other people and what they can do with the platform and the medium, which is really difficult because no one's really doing it right now. I think it was really groundbreaking for a lot of people to see.
Do you think something like that is the next frontier?
I definitely think so, but I feel like it might take a while because I know people are doing 360 videos, but I've heard so many people have different opinions on it. Sometimes it's really hard to see if you don't have a headset. If you're watching it on YouTube, you still can move your cursor around and see it, but you're going to miss a few things. So I feel like once the VR is a household technology product, then it will be a lot easier to digest.
Okay, I'm excited for that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So something that you talked about was you edit your own videos. Is that true?
Yeah.
There's been a new wave where I feel like the talent has to be everything now. Do you
Yeah.
think that's the direction it's going in?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I know a lot of people do have editors as well, which should definitely help just create more content. But in the beginning, like when you're hustling and you're grinding, you, first of all, don't know what you like. And you're very nervous to show other people and your final product. So why would you show them something so raw? And that was my whole thing. I think I tweeted something a while ago that was like, the reason I can't have an editor is because I don't think that they could handle me saying, cut out the part where I was annoying every 5 seconds.
They probably would get uncomfortable after a while and be like, and then what if they cut out a part that you thought was good?
Exactly.
That'd get really awkward.
That's why I can't
Yeah.
have an editor.
At some
because-
point you will, and you should, because you know you're going to get so big that you won't have time to be doing those little things. But I just think it's really cool as someone who has worked on every side of this to know how to do that, and people will respect you more for that as well.
Yeah.
Like when you're working with an editor, they're gonna be like, okay, well, she knows what she's talking about, so
Right.
I trust her and I respect her opinion.
Right.
Versus someone who's never done it, just being like, do this. They also, like when you're just talent, you don't have any idea really what you're talking about when you ask someone to do something. You don't know the difficulty level. So it's really, really cool that you have that skill set, and it's going to serve you.
Yeah, thank you. It has definitely helped so many times, and it's fun for me. If I wasn't doing YouTube and I wasn't a high school art teacher, I would probably be an editor.
Wait, you teach high school art?
No, that's what I would do.
Oh.
That was my.
Oh, I see.
That's my second backup.
Oh, God. You can still do that on the side.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I would love to do that. Maybe when I'm like 40.
Yeah.
Love
Anytime.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fun. You also talk about wanting to, let's see, I have the exact quote. It was
Ooh.
like revolutionize or change. Oh, No. I'm just going to say it then. I think it's like something about you want to, redefine the dancer's body. Oh. So tell me about that, what it means, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, that I spoke on that at another interview. We kind of dug deeper in the whole society of body positivity because it's such a big issue for a long time, but I feel like now it's finally getting all of the exposure that it needs to, because there's been so many times where people have come out, celebrities, after maybe their cover was photoshopped and they're like, this is not right. But I feel like that's only happened recently. I feel like in the past, like it was, that's going to happen. We're going to take a picture of you. We're going to Photoshop it to make you look beautiful, sell it on the stands where all these young, impressionable girls can see it and then think they need to look exactly like that.
I know.
And it's not true. And I think it's a great thing now that people are accepting different body types. Like everyone is beautiful, and now like bigger thighs are in, thanks J-Lo and Beyonce. It's about time, because my thighs aren't getting any smaller. And like even like thanks to the Kardashians, like thick is beautiful too. Everything is beautiful. And so
thank God. Praise Jesus up in her. Praise JC. No, it's true though.
JC.
Well, okay, and you have such an emphasis on food. Like, you love it so much, and you always share that with your audience. I think that's great. But is that something you've ever struggled with?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I still struggle to this day, as well as English. But I feel
English is tough.
It's really hard. Actually, I heard that it's a hard language to hear.
I'm also...
Or to learn.
I know. Well, hear and learn.
Yeah, it's very harsh on my ears.
Japanese is so much easier to listen to. Yeah, it is. I've heard that because, and when you think about it, we have a lot of words that don't make sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Like all of them.
Yeah, so I'm really glad that I was born into this country, because I probably could have never hacked it, and like making this my second language. ESL would have been like a no-go. So.
A hard no.
A hard no. At least no is the same in every language.
Is that fully true?
I think so. Well, maybe not. I'm speaking out of my ass, but I know, like, at least with the romance languages, yes.
Yeah, yes, definitely. So, definitely romance.
We can at least go to Europe.
Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, no, I love food, and definitely it's a struggle. But I think there's a balance too. Like, yeah, you can eat fries, but you can also walk further to your parking spot.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of different things. I don't think like anything in excessiveness is not good. So just French fries in moderation. Like, yeah, you can eat fries every day, just don't eat them for every meal.
That's true. Yeah, that is the kind of moderation I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
You know. You gotta keep it light, keep it right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Full Screen Making Moves at Megan Batoon. When do you put out YouTube videos? Is that like once a week still, or?
That's actually twice a week now.
Twice a week.
I know, climbing on a. It's a lot of work, but I think it's fun. It's just, I'm living my life, and I get to be who I am for my career, and
that's the dream.
Yeah.
That is the dream. You did it. You did
it. I'm done. All right, clocking out of life.
Clocking out. She's out, folks. Okay, so that's at Megan Batoon. And what days do they come out on YouTube?
Either or it's every day, Monday, Tuesday, or Thursday, Friday. So one at the top of the week.
So either Monday or Tuesday, and then either Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, so top of the week, end of the week.
What's next? Like, what's the next video? What can we hope to see?
The next video is probably, I haven't shot it yet, but it's Halloween cooking video, because October is a full month and people are fully obsessed with Halloween. So
yeah. Do you know what you're being yet?
No, but maybe I'll be a Christmas tree.
Really?
Because I love Christmas.
How would you achieve such a feat? Tell me, teach me.
I probably can't be too hard. Just green dress.
You could wear that shirt.
Oh yeah, easy. I'm already halfway there.
Halfway there? We just need some bulbs. Yeah. We gotta wrap you in lights.
Yes. Yeah, I'll get like LED lights so I can walk and still trick or treat.
A star to put over your face.
Oh, that would be nice.
A face star.
A face star. And then I'll just like hold presents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Easy.
I do want to ask you one more thing, and it's a little bit of a diversion from the Christmas tree costume, so I do apologize for that. But how have you managed, because you've been very effective at taking your audience from one platform to the next. What's the trick? What's the key to that?
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
I really want to learn from you, because I need to like up my game in the internet. I don't know where it is.
I feel like the most active people are on Snapchat, so they're because Snapchat used to be you would have to hold the screen to watch it. Do you remember back then? Back in the day when it first came out. Yeah, I know. We're so blessed to not have to hold things and just tap when we want to screw it. So, yeah, it used to be that. So the attention span was really, really high. The engagement was right there. So I feel like those people have stayed. And if you're like on Snapchat and you're like, hey, go look at this, or like, I really like this. I know I put up a snap about like some book I'm reading called Milk and Honey. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I heard about it on your September Things video. I was like, I know I have heard
Best
this.
answer ever.
What is it about?
It's a book of poems, and it's broken up into 4 sections: the breaking, the healing, the loving, and something else. I wish the 4th chapter was called something else. It's beautiful, but it's very sad. But it's so beautiful.
Okay.
So
inspiring.
Yeah. So I took a photo of the book cover and then like maybe 5 poems in that whole thing, and I'm getting people like tweeting me that they bought the book, and then after the September favorites, I talked about it so highly, and I'm just like, everyone's like, I bought this because of you, and people are getting it for their friends for their birthdays. I gave it to a friend at coffee yesterday, and I bought it again on Amazon when I got home. It's like, so when you find something that you love and people can tell you love it, then they're gonna go out of their way to go find it. So I feel like that's the same with social media. If you go on Snapchat and you're like, hey, if they're really invested in you and they believe in you and they trust you, and you're like, hey, go watch this video, I think it's really great, then they're gonna go do that. So I think it's not necessarily a strategy as much as it is a trusting relationship at first. If they believe you and they know you're being genuine, then I feel like they're going to, on their own, listen to you and be like, okay, go check out this, go to Facebook, go to Instagram. So
I love it.
Starts with you, as always.
Honesty and fearlessness.
Yeah.
That's what it takes. All right. Well, that's what this girl is. She's a breath of fresh air. I highly recommend that everybody out there goes and watches her, support what she's doing. She's a really nice person, and she's very funny and very talented. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this baby up?
Oh, talk about.
Just life.
I wish I had like a nice closing remark.
But I think that's a good one. Honesty, and what was the other thing we talked about?
We talked about a lot of stuff.
Honesty and love and being genuine and putting yourself out there, being fearless and trusting your gut.
Trusting yourself.
Finding the dreams. Trusting the dreams that you find on the way to your dreams.
Yep.
And not being afraid when the story that you've written for yourself changes, because maybe it's going to take you to an even greater road.
Yes.
That's Megan Batoon for you. You guys.
I threw my voice.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
I'm just a puppeteer. She's been, manning me the whole interview. You're a lovely young woman, and it's been an honor to spend time with you today.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you.
So much.
And you guys check her out at Megan Batoon, youtube.com/Megan Batoon. Full Screen's app. You can find her on Full Screen's app, making moves. And basically, she's going to be taking over the world soon. So just keep your eyes open. You'll see her.
Get ready.
And thank you so much. My name is Lauren LoGrasso. You can find me at Lauren LoGrasso. And on Snapchat, I'm at LoLoLogro. And I'm playing a show on October 11th. So if you're in the LA area, come out. It's at The Virgil. We'll see you soon. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
You're lovely. And we'll catch you later, AfterBuzzers.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.